Hi everyone, I'm Becky Andrews and welcome to Walking Through Wilson. Today I'm here with an old friend. We've talked several times. You are Project Administrator for Wilson County Mayor Susan Shaw. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Susan.
It's great to be here with you.
Well, you're here to talk about something different today, and this is a new project that you've got going, and it's called Wilson County Kind. Tell me a little bit about that, how it got started.
Okay, and you know, it's so fun to be talking about a project for kindness. It just radiates kindness. So Wilson County Kind is the branded name of it, and it's a campaign to put a spotlight on the kind acts, words, and deeds of others. And how it got started was actually having coffee with a friend, colleague, that we could get together and compare notes and see where our projects intersected. And we started talking about the positive things in Wilson County and how people are always commenting on how, you know, the great things about Wilson County, the nonprofits, people are kind to each other. And we said, isn't that nice with all the negativity that exists in the world today, that there is that kindness? So wouldn't it be great to put a spotlight on kindness? And the conversation just grew from there. And we took it to Mayor Hutto and said, is this something that we would like to do out of our office? And of course, being Mayor Hutto, he said, absolutely, let's develop it.
Because like you said, there's so much negative out there. This is a way to kind of turn that around and focus. And hopefully do you want it to become something where it's kind of contagious to other counties as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It can be contagious like around the world. That would make us happy.
Yes. Well, now who all is involved in this? You mentioned you took it to Mayor Hutto. Who else is involved in getting this launched?
Well, Annie Barger with Wilson County Schools, she and I were the two that were talking about it. And so the schools will be involved with this. They will have ideas and they will generate ideas for doing things with the students that are acts of kindness. They already do a lot also, and they want to put a spotlight on that.
Right. Now, what are some things that you want people to post online? Tell me how people can get involved in this initiative.
Sure.
That's watching.
You know, we are talking about kindness. We want people to talk about it. We want people to observe it. We want people to intentionally do acts of kindness, and then document it.
Yeah.
You know,
so if you see
snap
something,
it, post it, share it.
Okay.
And use the hashtag Wilson County Kind, because hashtag Wilson County Kind is what is going to keep the campaign going and really spread that and multiply the messages of kindness.
And so you want people to post online if they see something or if they think of an act of kindness they want to spread, and then use the hashtag Wilson County Kind. And do they need to tag the mayor's office with this, or just...
No, the mayor's office will pick it up. Okay. We will be posting things on Mayor Hutto's social media, but also just with the hashtag Wilson County Kind, we will be able to share it. So that's how it will happen. You know, it's interesting because in talking about this with different groups, you can see the lights going on. And one person that I was talking to at the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber said, you know, if you asked me to tell you about 3 acts of kindness that I saw in the last 3 days, I probably couldn't tell you, but I can tell you that when I walk out the door today, I'm going to be observing and looking, and I know I'll see it.
Yes, it's just something about that, mentioning it, putting it in people's minds. This is what, you know, you can go out and look for it, because we probably see stuff all the time we just never think about.
Yeah.
And having that front and center. What are some examples of what people can do? Like talk about, like what are some examples of kindness that they can demonstrate?
You know, in the simplest form, it can be holding a door open for somebody. It can be leaving a quarter in that Aldi's shopping cart.
Yes, I love that one.
That's, you know, so simple and so helpful. And it can be carrying a bag of groceries. It could be, and then it could be more active. It could be, you know, some sort of community service, going to Joseph's Storehouse and handing out food, or participating with your church in a food pantry. And
compassionate hands.
Compassionate hands and serving a meal over there. It can also be something that where you get kind of creative with it. You know, maybe in your office you have a bowl and you put words of kindness, and then every day somebody picks one out and demonstrate it. Or there's so many.
Or you can do
so
it at home too with your kids.
Oh,
have
yes.
a little bowl and put little different acts of kindness kindness in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And encouraging it with the family.
And I even looked at the website, and it said, there's meal trains. Get involved in that. There's several things. I have a friend that does Lasagna Love, and it's something where people, if they're baking a lasagna, they do an extra one, and then they send it to this one place, and they take it out to different people that may need a meal, because there's so much of that these days too. And so what's the goal of Wilson County Kind?
The goal is to really flip the narrative. And wherever a narrative is negative, to flip the narrative to where there is more narrative on positive things. And that's why we say we're putting a spotlight on kindness. So many things occur, and you see things on the news that are really wonderful. The books for children that Channel 5 is doing, they were talking about that this morning. But instead of that being a sideline, make it the spotlight. So that's what we're really hoping. And I wrote something here that I saw in a video. I don't want to take credit for this myself, but I loved it. The thing about kindness, it's about the only thing in the world that doubles when you share it. And actually, it more than doubles, because if I do something kind for you, selfishly, I feel good inside because I've done something kind. Hopefully you feel good because you are the recipient. If somebody else observed that, they probably feel good seeing that happen. So it can just multiply
And then it goes
exponentially.
on and on and on.
On and on
Talk
and
about
on.
a good investment whenever it
Yes.
doubles immediately. And it's almost like when people do you're in line at the coffee store and they said, oh, they paid for your coffee.
Yes.
I've done it where I've paid for the next person's coffee, because
You saw it happen. You thought that was so nice. It made you feel
Yeah.
good. You wanted to do it for
Yeah,
somebody
because
else.
it's something very small, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel that way too. Just the tiniest thing can make such a big difference in someone's day. I mean, I've had that experience before. You're having a bad day, and somebody says something nice, or you witness it, and it really makes you feel good.
And it physically does make you feel good. It can reduce stress, it can calm you, and can calm anxiety. I think that would be good for children these days, our students that are having to deal with so much, teachers.
And parents of those.
Parents.
My children, I have adult boys, and it's nice when somebody just says, oh, I've been there. It's okay.
Yes.
Things, it's parenting, it's not always easy. And sometimes when it's not, that's an act of kindness for me as a mom.
Well, and what you just said, be there for someone.
Yeah.
That in itself is a very intentional way to be kind, is be there for someone.
Yes.
If it's a friend that needs to talk, or somebody that you haven't talked to on the phone for a while, that's
It
another
helps.
way to share it.
It helps.
Yes.
Now, you guys are hosting a launch event for this to officially kick off Wilson County Kind, because we want this to become something that's just part of our vernacular now. We want people to talk about it. The event is September 22nd, correct? And it's at the old high school on the Harding Drive. It's the Wilson County School Administration Building. So, if you're a former Blue Devil like I am, it was our old high school location on Harding.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that event.
Okay, and it's on that Friday, September 22nd, from 11 to 12. So it's an hour long. It's we're gonna have activities. Mayor Hutto will talk about the campaign. We will have engagement stations, kindness engagement stations. So it'll kind of help spur some thoughts. One will be for if you wanted to donate, to let you know all the nonprofits that are available that you could donate to. If you want to volunteer, Regina Gerton is going to be there from the Volunteer Network to kind of say, okay, these are a lot of different volunteer opportunities. Someone that you know, and we'll talk about that more, Lexi Potter will be there.
Right, because this has spurred some kids to get involved, and Lexi has made its Kindness Clays by Lexi, and it's bracelets, and you've actually got one on.
Yes, and this one says "Be Kind," and actually it was given to Mayor Hutto, and I borrowed it from him because I said I want to wear this and show this, but she will be there and have these bracelets available for people.
Yes, I've talked to her mom. They are
Isn't
mad
that wonderful?
busy trying to get all of these things together before then, and she's made some for people I know, and she'll put any little saying you want on it. Like I have a lot of friends who've gotten their children's names put on it, or they've bought some for their children that they wear now. That just a little word or something that may be inspiring or comforting to one of their children. So I mean, she's put a lot of effort into this, and I think Lexi is maybe 11. I could be wrong.
Yeah, 6th grade. So I think she is 11.
Yeah, she's 11 years old, and I know her mom's helping her, but she came up with this on her own, and this is hopefully going to encourage other people to do the same, and she's donating the money to the the Wilson County Kind Project, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
And
really
then we
neat.
have an artist there, Kim Gregg, and she's going to have an art station. So there's going to be some, you know, some kind of fun little things to get people engaged. Don't take a lot of time. We'll have some refreshments, you know, a little bit of talking about it.
And probably getting people like involved too in the community. This is a great place for them to go, well, what, maybe we could do this. You know, this
Right.
is always a way to get more people involved. And you guys do have sponsors for this event.
Yes,
Tell us a
thank
little bit
you.
about who's sponsoring the launch project.
Yes, because the campaign launch is free, you know, to anybody that wants to come, but it's made possible by the two chambers, the Lebanon Wilson Chamber of Commerce and the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, and then 10 Community, which is made up of the chambers and also 9 different banks. And if I could just say those really quickly, those banks are the Bank of Tennessee, F&M Bank, First Bank, First Freedom Bank, Liberty State Bank, Pinnacle Financial Partners, Southern Bank, Volunteer State Bank, and Wilson Bank and Trust. So I think that's really neat, and I like to highlight that because kindness goes hand in hand with so many different things. So we appreciate the support.
And
that makes
everybody
the
getting
campaign.
involved. That
Yeah.
really helps.
Yep.
That really promotes this. Well, Susan, thank you so much for coming and telling us about it today, and thanks for thinking of this, because this
And
is
we're not done.
Oh, I know. That is wonderful. You've got
Because, you know, it's fun to be the recipient of kindness,
Yes.
but I want to do something for you today, so I want to give you my Be Kind mug and have you enjoy that.
Thank you very much. And we usually give out mugs too. So I think you probably have several of them. So thank you. I appreciate you bringing this to us. And thank you again for talking to us about this event. Again, September 22nd, the launch event. Thank you again. I've enjoyed
Appreciate it.
talking to you.
It's a joy being here. Thank you.
Yeah.